Welcome to How to Heat Like Me. It's actually a bit too warm for me to be wearing this outfit, but it felt weird not to, so see how I go. Now, most of us have merely adopted the cold, but I was born in it, moulded by it. I did not experience heat until I attended school, by which point it was stifling. Growing up, it was tradition to all share a bath. I'd be the last in, enjoying dirty, tepid water, and then there would always be a freezing cold, naked rush down the stairs and into the living room to warm up by the open fire. Those were the days. I'm not adverse to switching the heating on, if I really need to, but until it drops to maybe -2 or -3, I find warm layers to be more than enough to keep the cold at bay, especially with my recent discovery of the Snoody and fingerless glove combo, which is so powerful I don't know why everybody isn't doing it. I'm sure it will catch on eventually. In fact, in the unlikely event that a girlfriend comes to my house and complains that it's too cold, I'll say that I'll turn the heating on so long as they wear a Snoody, and it isn't long before they're stripping off and I've proved my point, at which point I can switch the heating off and they leave and dump me. Their loss. Here's how I dress. This is my range of socks, ranging from thin and rubbish to thick and luscious. I have sweat trousers. If it gets really cold, I can wear 2 layers. People think that's silly, but why is it silly? You wear multiple layers on top, why not on bottom as well? On my top I wear a thermal vest, my dressing gown since it plugs that cold spot between top and bottom, and then I add Snoodies until my body achieves equitable temperature. I have this one, which is usually enough. It's really warm already, and you'll see from the amount of wear and tear that it's received that Fluffykins likes to sit on or sometimes underneath it as well. But when things get really cold and I need more, then I have this absolute beast of a Snoody that's really thick. The only times I'm cold with both of these on is when I'm ill in some way, even when I'm wearing all of this in bed. Speaking of beds, I have a fluffy bed cover which is immediately warm to the touch. It makes such a difference because most bed sheets feel a bit like a cold toilet seat to first touch. Maybe I'm just getting bad bed sheets, I don't know.
White specks.
Yeah, white specks. Yeah, not stains. They're just specks of like shit that just come off the ceiling. Because look, the ceiling's collapsing.
Are you going to put that into your video as well?
Yeah, why not?
And then I have this fluffy duvet cover, which seems to do more to warm me than whatever's inside it manages. This ensures I'm warm at night. And a balaclava makes sure my head is warm. I have a full one somewhere, but I can't find it. I think someone's stolen it. And my mouth is always exposed just so that I have nice clear audio for videos and stuff. Although pop does suffer from this, while a full balaclava right across my mouth would actually prevent that problem. So. Feet are no trouble either. I don't struggle with cold feet normally, but I do have a few super comfy thick socks in my arsenal should things become really dire. These are really nice as well. Oh, so nice. And these aren't even my warmest. The biggest problem I find is with fingers, because exposed hands makes my fingers cold enough that they go numb and it makes it difficult to work with my mouse and keyboard. But I can't wear gloves because they're too thick for me to use if I'm trying to use a mouse and keyboard. But fingerless gloves, they are perfect. They don't restrict my computer usage in the slightest, and provided your body is warm enough, I find that these are enough to keep your entire hands warm as well, even if the fingertips remain exposed. I wouldn't wear these things outside. If you wear these outside, then people tend to give you money, which how to make money like me. Everybody goes on about how much heat you lose out of the top of your head, but I've plugged all that by growing a luscious head of hair, growing it longer for the winter, and also beard. I've got my face pretty well sussed, but the problem I've always found is with the neck. Now you can have the warmest stuff in the world on, but it's not going to do much if it's all escaping around the entrance of your neck. I don't like scarves because they're faffy, but this fluffy neck brace thingy is incredible. It doesn't look like much, but my god, it makes such a difference. Even at the very coldest times of the year, once I put my neck warmer on, it isn't long before it's damp and sweaty. It's complete overkill for English weather, but it's great to have, just in case. Plus Fluffy looks adorable wearing it.
Don't ask.
Now, we all know that climate change is a hoax, but for some reason these last few years it's been much warmer than it used to be. I blame Obama. But I'm a glass half full kind of guy, and these warmer temperatures means that I've significantly cut down on my heating costs by not having to turn it on at all so far this autumn. Usually by now there have been a couple of bitterly cold days where I might have considered turning the heating on should the temperature drop below freezing, if for no other reason than to prevent the pipes in my house from freezing solid. See, I live in a house with very poor insulation. I've had it an electrician to install it. Oh, houses are a hassle. During gaming, it can output about 600 watts of power, which is similar to a small oil-filled heater, which isn't enough to warm a room, but it is enough to keep the chill out. I'm not tight with money. I just don't see the point in heating up a whole house to keep just myself warm. Fluffy, on the other hand, is a different story. And if it's cold, I will turn the central heating on when I leave my house to ensure that she's taken care of, because why should she be cold at the hands of my selfishness? And when I'm in the house, I'll ensure she always has a heated pad to sit on. And when it gets really cold, she shares a bed with me. It's not weird, it's just sensible. She's a sensible girl. You are what you eat, but also what you drink. And I remember being weirdly cold for a while before discovering it coincided with me chugging litres of cold water. That stuff can seriously chill you out, no matter how well dressed you are. But the opposite is also true. Now, I'm not saying to drink boiling water, but it definitely helps. And I've discovered this thing where if you heat water up and drink it, it's a pretty cool invention, you'll remain warmer. Soon everybody will be doing it. Ow! Fucking bastard! Yet people seem oblivious to just how effective it is for giving you a boost during the coldest times of the year. Fun fact, I chugged some cold water before doing this video because I knew I was going to be hot. And another fun fact, I've been used as Russian propaganda. I did a video about how I love to save money by only using electricity when the price is low, and while I can't find the forum posts now, please let me know if you do find them, I was posted on sites to show how much people in Europe were struggling following the invasion of Ukraine. I'll be very disappointed if they don't do the same with this video as well. But I genuinely mean it when I say that I'm happy living the way that I do. I see central heating as a last line of defence, one that I'm not afraid to switch on if I need it, but once you see it as a last line of defence, you'll be surprised by how infrequently you need to use it. Because like I said, England has been significantly warmer in recent years because of global warming, because it isn't a hoax, I was just being sarcastic earlier. Of course it's real. And aside from a few bitterly freezing days in February, I don't tend to need more than what my snoodies can provide. Invest in this stuff and you too can heat like me. Oh, and I'm out of battery. That was good timing.